The phone vibrated face down on the marble sink. I didn't turn it over. I already knew who it was. The bathroom smelled like candle, wax, and crushed roses, my birthday flowers wilting in the heat. I stood there in my dress, silk tight against my ribs, lipstick perfect, spine straight, practicing stillness, practicing dignity. The vibration stopped, then started again. I counted the seconds between pulses. 3, 4, 5. He was supposed to be downstairs. Guests arriving. Cake sweating in the fridge. My name iced in careful cursive. Instead, the screen lit. The ceiling. I'm sorry. Something came up. Something. I imagined the word shaped like her mouth. I finally picked up the phone and read the rest. A paragraph. Apologies arranged like furniture, useful, impersonal. No mention of time. No mention of where he was. Just absence. I stared at my reflection. 32 today. A wife. Supposedly. I typed nothing back. Outside, a car door slammed. Not his. The silence felt deliberate, chosen. That's when I understood this wasn't an accident. It was a decision. He didn't come home that night. By morning, the candles had burned down to stubs. Wax pooled like pale scars on the counter. I slept on my side of the bed, untouched, listening to the house rehearse its emptiness. At 9:14 a.m., he texted. I stayed at a hotel. I needed space. Space. From his wife. On her birthday. I replied with a heart emoji. Nothing else. When he returned that evening, his voice was soft, controlled. The way people speak when they want forgiveness without confession. She needed help, he said, hanging his coat. It was complicated. I nodded. I asked nothing. But I noticed everything. The unfamiliar cologne clinging to his collar. The faint tremor in his hands. The way he avoided mirrors. Her name was never said. It didn't need to be. She had been a shadow in our marriage, his ex-wife. Carefully archived, but never deleted. The one he described as history while keeping her number pinned to the top of his messages. That week, he became attentive. Flowers. Apologies shaped like gestures. I accepted them all. I smiled. Inside, something precise began assembling itself. I didn't accuse. I observed. At night, while he slept, I memorized the rhythm of his breathing and matched it to the glow of his phone. I learned his passwords because he never thought I'd want them. I downloaded phone records, highlighted patterns, long calls during my meetings, short ones when I entered the room. I visited places alone. The cafe near her apartment, the park he claimed to hate, a hotel 20 minutes from our house. Receipts don't lie, people do. Externally, I was perfect. Supportive, calm, the wife who understood complex emotions. Internally, I rehearsed conversations I would never have. I didn't cry. I planned. When his mother fell ill, he leaned on me. I held his hand in hospital corridors. I learned the sound grief makes before it speaks. And I waited. Because grief makes people careless. The proof arrived quietly. An email confirmation forwarded to the wrong address. A reservation. 2 names. His. Hers. Dated. My birthday. I printed it. Folded it once. Slid it into my purse like a weapon. That didn't need sharpening. That night, I placed it on the table between us. I already know, I said. He went pale. Not confused. Not curious. Guilty. She's always been part of my life, he whispered. As if that explained anything. As if inevitability absolved betrayal. I watched his face collapse into itself. The years rearranging in real time. I felt nothing. Only confirmation. His mother's funeral was small. Tasteful. Heavy with unsaid things. I stood beside him. Black dress immaculate, grief worn like jewelry. He squeezed my hand, desperate. He didn't know. When it was time to greet guests, I stepped forward first and introduced the man beside me. This is Daniel, I said calmly. He's been a close friend. Daniel met his eyes. Steady, unapologetic. A replacement doesn't rush. My husband's breath caught. Not loudly, just enough. Later alone, he asked, "How long?" I tilted my head. "Long enough." I didn't explain. I didn't have to. I left him 3 weeks later. No fight. No scene. Just a signed paper and a quiet house. Returning to neutrality. Sometimes I think about my birthday, the candles, the silence, the moment everything revealed itself. Not as loss, as clarity. He chose her. I chose myself. And that was the last introduction he ever got from me.